Good morning, kids. You guys enjoying your breakfast? Yeah? They're having my favorite cereal, which of course is Raisin Bran. Delicious Raisin Bran. Hey, Benny? Millie's trying to drink the milk out of it. But she is the master of spoon eating as well. Millie, show them how you can use your spoon. Let's see it. Good girl. Here. If we put this stuff down. It's quite the mush you got there. And then you can get better with your spoon. There. Get it. Wow. Good girl. They've come a long way, hey? It's pretty wild. So this is actually the first morning I've spent with the kids in about a week, just because I've been getting to the new place early every day to let the trades in. And it feels good to see these kiddos in the morning. Hey, Benny? Yeah, it feels good to see you in the morning, Benny. I sort of missed that element. But once the trades, like once all the construction is done and the new studio is back up and operational and I don't have to be there early, I'll make sure I stick around in the mornings to help with breakfast and just getting the kids situated. Also, I like seeing them in the morning when they wake up, and I like putting them to bed as well. So just getting that balance will be good. Also, I won't have to leave during rush hour as well. If I get to the studio at like 9 a.m. moving forward, it would be substantially better. Right, Mel? Rather than 8 and then I miss you. Yeah. We are going to be heading to the new studio. We are going to be heading to the new studio today, though. We're going to meet up with Kevin. We're going to go out for breakfast. And I'm bringing some Lego over there today. And also I'm bringing over the Natural History Museum along with a light kit. So we're checking out our favorite restaurant. Well, my favorite breakfast restaurant, which is Rockin' Robin's Diner. We're at the menu here. And some of the best decor ever. I guess next time we come here, we gotta bring the kids because look at those old school high chairs. Those are solid units. Got my lighting kit busted out here and I'm working on the museum. I've gotta say that still not the biggest fan of lighting kits. I wanna do lights in the new like Lego City layout. I think it'll sort of elevate it to the next level. Similar to my table there that I made using the carpet tile. You know, it's just sort of like next level stuff. I think I'm probably better off doing things like this at home. For example, like this wire, it's running underneath that brick there, which is cool. That's how the instructions call for it, but I think I'd be better off like just like modifying that brick and putting like a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 stud, and a 1x1 plate on top of that so the wire feeds through like the little gap that's created. I just think that's going to be an easier way of doing it. But then you gotta like modify all of the sets. For example, if that's a 1x6 brick under there, then you need to modify the 1x6 brick to make it 5 studs so you can add that little modified piece to accommodate the wire. I'll probably end up doing it that way, but for now I'm just going to try and install this light kit as per the instructions from lightmybricks.com. I've got 1 wire there, 2 coming off the front, and then the street lamp one coming as well. And those are fed underneath those tiles and sandwiched between those bricks. I think it would be easier, like I mentioned, just to like modify some of the brick / plate work. For some reason I'm having such a hard time like getting in there, peeling off all the tiles, laying the wire underneath the tiles. Like look at the tiles, they're like bulging up. There's something about it that's just bothering me. I know the end result will be like absolutely incredible, like it'll definitely be worth doing in the end, but I'm just like struggling with the execution of it for some reason. And I knew it would be that way, but I want to light up all my stuff. I know it's just going to take some patience. Everyone claims it to be the easiest thing ever, but for some reason I just don't think it's like the easiest / funnest thing ever. It's sort of bothering me. I'm really struggling with it, I won't lie. I think it's maybe something that I just need to like work on bit by bit, or just get Kevin to do it. I think it's time to fire up old Dusty here. You know what, in regards to the light kit too, it would be easier to do, I think, like as you're building this. You know, it's already built, so you gotta like go in there and rip out all these tiles and stuff. But I guess like if you want to gain access, like for example, I can't get that little plug into that little extension board or whatever you want to call it. So I think it's just easier just to get in here and just rip your building apart, rip it apart, and then get in there, do your thing, and then put the building back together. Decided it's time to move on from installing the light kit, and I'm actually going to build the McLaren MP4 and look at this sticker sheet. It's like, whoa, it's a big sticker sheet. Oh, I got 2 of them, and there's a sticker that's missing from that one. A shell sticker. There you go. I got... What's going on there? That one's like miscut and everything too. That is weird. Okay, well I got one like damaged sticker sheet and one regular sticker sheet. Yeah, this build's gonna be pretty cool. It's not too big though. It's only 693 pieces. But I do see a cool print piece right there. And I started like organizing my bags. Bam! Sticker sheet number 3. I've never had that happen before. I've had 2, but never 3. That's hilarious. This was a nice change of pace. We've got the engine in there, some stickers on the side, the cockpit. This is a print piece. I really like these like A-frame pieces right here. Should be the suspension for the tires. And the tires are all one piece. I found that rather interesting as well. It's like a rim and the tire. It's just one big piece. And then of course we've got the minifig and his little picture there with his quote on the stand. So that's pretty cool. Not bad at all. I gotta head back home and I'm gonna attempt to continue installing this light kit when I get home and I have access to all my parts. You won't believe where I ended up on the way home. Toys R Us! And look who's here with us. Who's that? Benjamin! Did Dad meet you guys at Toys R Us? Check out this shirt, Benjamin. How cool is that? Hey? Well, look at this. A Jurassic World sweater for the Avengers? Wow. You like the Jurassic World one? Ah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? You check out the Lego department together, buddy? Nothing really good, is there? Nothing on sale or anything. Where's your mom and your sister? What are they doing? Oh, the Black Panther War on the Water's on sale. What do you know? And look who we found. Come on, Millie.
Go with everything she wears.
I love your new shorts. Look what I stumbled across in the kids area. We've got all the Lego books, Gearbots, custom cars, the visual dictionary. That one looks like it's Marvel. Minifig photography. And this one includes some parts to create some minifigs. I don't see like a Star Wars one. Usually they have like those visual dictionaries for Star Wars. So we got the kids some dolls. Hey?
It's a twin set.
A twin set. One boy and one girl. Oh, that's no way to hold a baby, Benjamin. Jeepers.
Baby.
I think they're going to be some of their new favorite toys. Hey, Mel? You gonna push it around?
Look at your baby.
He's feeding the baby some milk. Millie, can you feed the baby some milk? Oh, wow.
Feed
Good
your baby.
girl.
Can you feed him?
Benjamin.
That's
Oh,
nice.
good boy.
Yeah, you feed the baby. Yeah.
I've continued to work on this light kit here, and yeah, when I was at the shop there, I just could not stand the fact that these cables were being like sandwiched between bricks or plates, and those bricks and plates didn't sit flat. So what I decided to do, for example, that was a 1x12 brick that spanned up to the door there, the white one, and I put a 1x8, a 1x2, and then I made this modified section right there, which is 2 1x1 studs, 2 1x2 plates. And now these cables, they're not like sandwiched, like they can actually move a bit. It was just bothering me because they wouldn't sit flush. For example, the cable that runs from this lamppost underneath this wall is not modified, and it's just not sitting flush. Like, same with the tiles there. It's just driving me nuts. Like, I just can't stand it. So I made another modification over here. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of the olive green colors, but I did the same thing. I replaced a 1x2 brick with 2 1x2 plates, a 1x1 plate, and then also a 1x1 stud. So now there's like a little gap that I created so that those cables can actually feed through there. And then up here, I just made some modifications to this. Classically, this cable right here would be like sandwiched between the tile. Like, you can't fit a cable through that gap. So I just made like a little hole just by substituting some of the parts. Granted, they're not olive green, but like, come on, like there needs to be like a passageway for those cables. There's got to be a little bit of a gap there. Of course, I could put another 1x1 stud there, I guess, and it could just go on, like the cables could go on either side of it, but like that's got to be like the solution or the alternative. I just couldn't handle it. It was like frustrating me beyond belief. Like, I won't lie, I was getting frustrated. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, trying to feed all these cables underneath the tiles, which I guess is inevitable. Like, there's no way that I can fix that, but like feeding cables through bricks, like, look at that. That brick's not going to sit flat. Like, this is just going to drive me crazy. So I've got to just like improve it by modifying all of these different pieces. But here we go. It's my first attempt of testing lights. Whew. Let's try it out. I got my USB power supply here. Boom, into the USB extender. Got the street light, one lighting up the statue there, the overhead light. That's going to be shining upward on the museum, and then there's one out front and one inside. Success! I am admitting defeat to the light kit for the night. Just for the night, though. I'll be back at it. But it's coming along great. I am definitely struggling a little bit, as you can probably tell. This is my first time ever taking on a light kit, and I think I've selected a hard one to take on for the very first time. There are a lot of lights in this thing, a lot of boards, a lot of expansion cables. It is really cool, and I think Light My Bricks has done a great job of providing some pretty like clear-cut instructions, and obviously a great product. They're one of the biggest companies out there for this type of stuff, but for right now, it's not really my cup of tea. Like, I'm really struggling with the implementation of lights in the museum, but check out what I've got so far. The ground floor is all lit up. Now, I did something ridiculous here. I actually extracted all of the wires. I was like, I don't like these wires running off underneath the tiles, so I just pulled them all out. It's one big mess. You can see how many wires are just in the ground floor. Like, it's crazy trying to conceal all of those cables. Like, it's just wild. Oh my gosh. But there's the wireless connector, and it's pretty cool because that's actually going to provide power to the second floor. And you can see I've actually got one on the top of the second floor as well, but there's a 1x2 plate just underneath the stairs there, and that's going to connect to that wirelessly like so. And when I do that, that provides power to this cable right here, which I've run an extension cable off, and it's actually powering this board. So I've got a bunch more slots right there where I could power more lights. For example, I've got this yellow light powered up. And then I could also power up some of these light strips. See, I just plugged it into that board, and now I have this strip that's lit up, and it's got double-sided tape on the bottom of it, so I can just put it anywhere and light this thing up like crazy. It's pretty neat. Like, look how many light strips I have. I think there's, what, 4 of them there? And then what I could also do is take this, and I could plug it into that same board, and that would technically power this up. And then I can put this on the roof. Oh, no, not that. This on the roof, and that'll convert the power up to the roof, and then I can put more lights up there. So I definitely get, like, the functionality of it all and how it works. Like, it's super cool how that single USB that comes in way down there powers all of this stuff all throughout, and you're able to just like connect these lights all throughout this build. Definitely a cool concept, and I've got to say I have a newfound respect for, well, no, I've always had respect for anybody with a completely lit up display, but it's just got like immensely increased. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. People have so many lights in their city. It's like, wow. Especially if they're like taking the time to hide them perfectly within the build. It's just wild. It just takes so much time, and it's pretty crazy. Like, I've got to say, like, you guys are incredible. Anyone who's got a fully lit up city, like that's amazing. And I got to ask, if anybody has this kit, how long did it take you to install? I'm just curious to know. Like, it's taken me a long time, but I have to learn all this stuff because I've never experimented with it before. And yeah, mine's not very pretty. It's not pretty at all. Like, there's cables everywhere. You can't really see the cables, even when they're like in there the way that I have them. You can't really see them from the exterior. And if I were to take the time to sort of try to group them a little bit better, then it would be pretty neat. Am I going to take the time to hide all the cables throughout all of the builds when I take on a lighting project? Like underneath the tiles and everything? That I truly have not decided yet. I will say that I have a lot more fun building Lego modular buildings compared to lighting up Lego modular buildings. It's all about the end product. I do not have a whole lot of fun doing that. Like, I like the electronics part of it and I like the lighting part of it, but I don't like the concealing of the cables. I don't find that fun at all, especially when you're on a Mills plate, especially when your building is already constructed. Maybe like if you go like the custom route, maybe there'll be more flexibility as to what you can do and how you can do it. But at this point, I'm like, I'm giving it a lot of thought. I'm not sure what to do. I got to call it a night because tomorrow I've got a really busy day that involves my whatnot auction. There's like hundreds of figures. I'll be sitting there for probably 5-6 hours auctioning all those off and then shipping them all. So I got to call it a night for today and come back and have a look at this project with a fresh mind in the future. Lighting. I don't know what to think about it. Very cool, very awesome, looks incredible, but boy oh boy, there's a lot of cables and it takes a lot of patience. Everybody, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Farewell.